this, right?
Yep.
Cool. In 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Comic Book Bullies with Nerdist New Bully. I'm your host, Leroy, with my co-host.
This is Eli.
Yep, and we're back with another episode, and it is a lot of stuff going on. So we're going to try to fly through this episode as fast as possible. So, yeah, we'll just see how it goes at the end of that. First off, Eli, the weather is finally dropping down here in Mississippi.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I woke up today freezing, and I asked Google what was the weather, and it said 55 degrees. I'm like, ooh.
Oh, that's nice out here, man. That's nice.
No, it's like day after tomorrow down here now. We can't handle it. It's too cold. I don't like fall weather, you know.
That's my favorite time of year. I was out and about today. I was walking through the woods, down by the ponds and the lakes and shit. Yeah. Because last week, we had snow last week.
Now, like I said, Mississippi has a lot of problems, but, man, weather isn't one of them. Weather is one of the pluses down here. You got to have something. So, that being said, like I said, we all know that it's October. You know, the end of the month is always Halloween. And even though Halloween is actually going to be next week, a lot of you are probably planning to go to Halloween and costume parties this week at the end of the weekend. So what we like to do with Comic Bullies, we've been doing this for about a while now, maybe like the last 3 years or something, Eli?
Yeah.
Even before this podcast was started. That's how long we've been doing this. What we like to do is a PSA. We like to do a Halloween do's and don'ts. Because a lot of times people will dress up as Halloween as maybe something offensive. And like I said, since we live in this PC, or as some of you like to say, SJW culture, we want to make sure you don't get punched in the mouth when you show up at a party. So
yeah.
First thing, and like I said, Eli, I'm gonna let you jump in. So I will just play some things out there. First off, can you dress up as a black superhero? Yes, you can. Mm-hmm. However, there are rules. Do not paint your face.
That's what I tell people. Yeah,
right. Do not.
Oh boy, can I dress up as Black Panther? I'm like, yeah, just don't do blackface underneath the mask.
Don't do blackface. That's all we ask. Don't do blackface. Because my friend actually asked me that at work. He was like, they're saying there's some issues about King, because Black Panther's popular. It's more popular than it was last year when we did it, and we said the same thing this year. So a lot of times people say, okay, so we can understand Black Panther, but what about everybody else in Wakanda? Can a white guy dress up as M'Baku? You know, can a white guy dress up as Kim? I'm like, you know what? You can. You want to go as Man-Ape and you're white, dress up as Man-Ape is white. Just, you know, don't paint your face. Stay away from dreads. Don't do dreads. I know you are trying to make this a thing. Don't make that a thing. Afro, stay away from it. I mean, you may can pull it off. Some of you may can pull it off. But for the most part, if you have to think about it, don't do it. Yeah, so, that's all I got. You want to dress for Luke Cage? Go as Luke Cage. That's no problem there. And see, the thing is, it's weird because, I mean, let me put this into perspective. Now, people are wondering, can they dress up as Black Panther? Well, I'm black, and as black comic book fan, I've been dressing up as Spider-Man and Batman and Superman, and nobody said anything about that. Nobody came to me and said, you can't be Batman because you're black. You know, so it's vice versa. But it's saying I didn't paint my face white or anything like that. I just had the Batman mask and walked around, and that was it. You know, it was no big deal. Now, the good thing about it, now you're going to see there's a lot of, you know, I guess multicultural superheroes out right now. So now, when I grew up, there was only one Spider-Man, Peter Parker. That was it. But now the young kids have Miles Morales. You know, yeah. They can dress up as Miles Morales or walk around there. Instead of being, you know, Steve Rogers Captain America, you might see somebody walking around as Sam Wilson Falcon Captain America. You know, they have that option now. If you're a big buff Asian dude, you can paint yourself green and walk around as the Hulk.
There you go.
I mean, I don't know how many of you are out there, but I'm pretty sure it's, you know. So, you know, you can keep doing it. Hey, if you're a dude and you were dressed as Wonder Woman, go for it. 2018. Tiara, boots, whole thing. Go for it. Lasso, I'm pretty sure they got a spot and they got a place to hold it for you. So that's all I got. Eli, you want to add anything to that?
Well, I guess, you know, me being a Native American, it's a touchy subject for us. But I just pretty much go with, if it's a fictional character, sure, go ahead, dress up. If it's not a fictional character, then there's some problems. Like Pocahontas.
I was just about to say that, yeah.
Pocahontas. Now, the idea, the mythology, this romantic version of Pocahontas, the Disneyfied version where she and John White guy fell in love and they made peace between the white folks and the Indians, all that bullshit. That's a nice fairy tale, but that's not what really would happen. If you look up Pocahontas, first of all, that wasn't even her real name. She was like 13 and was forced to marry.
So basically, sold as a sex slave.
Yeah, basically a sex slave, converted, forced to convert into Christianity, and served as basically, she was basically a model for Europe. Basically, look what we can do to these savages. They can be civilized. So and she was dead by 21. So she had a sad, tragic life. So dressing up as her, especially to the descendants, and there are descendants of Pocahontas. Pocahontas does come from an actual tribe, so those people don't take it lightly. So yeah, that's what I say when people are like, "Oh, well, I could dress up as Black Panther, but I can't dress as Pocahontas." It's because Pocahontas was real.
Right, Black Panther's not real. Wakanda is not a real place.
Yes. And I've heard, I'm not sure about was it Moana? I don't know the backstory of that,
right,
but I've heard
princess,
yeah, I'm not sure about that. But I'm like, if she's a fictional character, go for it. But I guess maybe she's based on somebody. I'm not sure. I haven't looked into that.
Most of Disney stuff is based on something.
Yeah.
So even though I've never heard of it,
Yeah, that's what I go by. And as far as like, oh well, what about just the Indian, the sexy squaw outfit, or the noble savage outfit that that you still see morons wearing and shit. And my answer, well, oh, it's Halloween, we're just having fun, blah 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 blah. Okay, sure, that's a valid point. But this is what I got to say about that. If you want to dress up as an Indian for Halloween, go to the fucking res and go trick-or-treating then. If you are willing to do that, and please film it so I can and have it go viral so I can laugh my ass off. Yes, do that. If you got the balls to go to the res dressed up as an Indian and trick-or-treat on the res, go for it. But if you ain't, then don't do it.
Right.
You know why you ain't going to do it? Because deep down it's fucked up and wrong, and you ain't got the balls to trick-or-treat as an Indian on the res. So There you go. That's
don't get mad when somebody call you out, and just go home and wear something else.
Yeah, don't get mad when some res fucking skins go stomp your ass for that shit.
Right. and I like to think that in 2008 we're becoming a little bit, I don't want to say woke. I'll say waking up, to being more socially conscious of things like that. We grew up, nobody thought about that stuff. Well, we did. But certain people just dressed up however they want to, didn't care. But now you have to be respectful of the culture. Wearing a sombrero, maybe not the best thing to do. Just throwing that out there,
Okay, here's some story time. Years ago, I don't know, about like back in the 90s, here in Minnesota, I'm from Minnesota, the Twin Cities, there was a serial killer going around killing young college men. And one of them disappeared around Halloween. He was dressed up as an Indian. They didn't find him till spring. He was like frozen in the river or whatever. They found his body in the spring, but he was one of these serial killer victims, and it was all over the news and shit. Well, my mom was like, it was around Halloween time, and she was walking around. She was at the store. It was around Halloween, and some white guy was dressed up as an Indian, and she went up to the guy and goes, "Hey, don't dress up as an Indian, because you know what happened to the last guy? They found him in the river." And the guy got all embarrassed. "Oh, I'm sorry," and shit. And he was cool about it, but
Okay. Wow, that's okay. So hopefully I feel like we've done our part.
Yeah.
We've done our part. So
I know, like, I get into these arguments all the time. It's like, I think for non-native or just white folks or whatever, mm-hmm. they take it as oh, they're not allowed to do something. Like mm-hmm. we're repressing their right to dress up as whatever they want. Like, oh, I'm not allowed to let my kid dress up as whoever, Indian princess or blah, 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 blah. Oh, I'm supposed to tell my kid or blah, blah, blah. It's like, Well, if your kid was like throwing rocks at someone's window, you would tell them to stop. If they
Right.
were bullying somebody, you would tell them to stop. Why? What's so hard about teaching kids that certain costumes may hurt certain people's feelings? Like, what's so hard about that?
Right. Just
You know?
all you can do is just say it. Like maybe we shouldn't do that. It's okay to
Yeah.
say maybe we shouldn't do that.
Yeah, because they take it so like I'm not allowed to do this. This is America, goddammit. Blah 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 blah.
Oh well. Okay. Like I said, we done. We can get off this subject. We can actually get to
Yeah.
the podcast now. We can talk about movie news. Like I said, we're gonna see exactly what's going on. And Eli, give it to me. What is the #1 movie of the week?
Oh, I heard Halloween crushed it.
Halloween crushed it. It crushed it with 76 million. Sorry about that. 76 million. I'm pretty sure the record is what, 80 million?
Well, it was by Venom.
By Venom. We just talked about this a couple weeks ago. So I want to say it's Venom. So it's basically Halloween is the second highest October opening of all time.
Yeah, rated R.
Rated R at that. Jamie Lee Curtis actually went on Twitter, made a few posts. She said it's the highest grossing October movie. It's the highest grossing movie debut by a woman. It's the highest grossing. Well, no, that's Wonder Woman. Never mind. Well, highest grossing debut by a woman over 55.
Okay.
Yeah. Highest grossing horror debut.
Okay.
Highest grossing in the franchise. So this movie's doing pretty good. We're gonna come. You know what? Eli, go for it. What we got?
As number 2?
No, not number 2, because we'll come back to that later on. We're gonna go ahead and go for it because you have seen Halloween.
I did see Halloween.
You did see Halloween. I did not see it. Maybe I get around to seeing it.
Are you too scared?
I really am shaking. I might need a date with me. Help me. You know,
There
whatever.
you go. Thriller night. You know?
Right. And so, like I said, Eli, I already know you got a 2-hour podcast planned for Geek Sad where you're going to break down every minute detail of Halloween. But for us common folk, us filthy casuals, just give us a quick, spoiler-free, review of it and put a number on it.
Okay. Quick spoiler-free review of the new Halloween 2018. I enjoyed it for the most part. I had a lot of fun. I did feel like it took a little while to get started, but once it got going, it got going. Lots of cool kills. I thought, Jamie Lee Curtis was awesome as fucking Sarah Connor, Laurie Strode. Preparing, I thought that was the most interesting aspect of the movie. I wish there was a little more of her, but the movie got a little like horror tropey, I guess. Going with the teenager, her granddaughter, following her to the dance, the high school dance, and all that. It got a little tropey, got a little predictable at points. But those are about my only gripes with it. Like I said, once it got going, it was pretty solid. It was a pretty solid horror flick. The kills were pretty brutal. They were basically turning Michael Myers into Jason. He's a little bit more gorier and brutal than we've seen him, especially if you see the original. He's all about presence and atmosphere. He's very, very methodical. He doesn't run. He just, methodically stalks his victims. This one, he's a little bit more physical with his kills. There's some very shocking moments. There was one moment that I thought kind of came out from nowhere and didn't really do anything, but I was okay with it because it almost ruined the movie for me. But then they kind of squashed it and said, okay, we're not going any further with that. So then it was back on track for me, But all in all, I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty fun. It's probably the best sequel in 20 years. As far as Halloween. I mean, I still like the first 3 Halloween movies. I like Halloween 2 a lot. So I grew up with those movies. I even like Halloween 3, even though it has nothing to do with Michael Myers. But
and I think that was what they were planning to do, like an anthology series. But then the box office numbers started dropping. They were like, okay, we can't do that.
Yeah, we need to bring back Michael Myers, and then they made him. Yeah, there was all these shitty Michael Myers movies all through the 90s. Which I wasn't a fan of. So I went in a little skeptical. I about this movie, but I came out pleasantly surprised. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. So, yeah, I give it a 4 out of 5. I mean, check it out. It's cool. It was a lot of fun. You know, it was a lot of cool Easter eggs. You know, throwbacks to the first movie, and yeah, but my only gripe it was me. I'm a jaded horror fan. I'm a horror guy, so it's hard to impress me. So a lot of it was just formalic slasher movie shit that I was like, okay, I've seen this 1,000 times before. I know where this is going. The jump scares, totally predictable. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, jump scare and 3, 2, 1, bit, and so none of that shit worked on me because I'm just a horror guy. So, but other than that, once the movie got going, the second half of the movie was a lot of fun. I saw it in a packed theater. People were laughing and screaming, and it was cool. It was fun. So yeah.
Cool. Okay. That's what I needed to know. Okay, so I might eventually get around to seeing it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's doing well. I'm glad it's doing well.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they're saying with the numbers it's putting up, and we've been around the block once or twice, Eli. We know when numbers are like this, that starts a trend. You know, so we don't know what kind of effect this Halloween reboot might have on future horror movies down the road. This might spark something.
Yeah, we might have another Freddy Krueger movie now.
You know they're thinking about it. They're like, oh, there's still money in this.
With the original, with Get Back, what's her face? Heather, what's her name? The Nancy chick. Yeah, she's still alive, and bring back Robert Englund, you know.
Yeah, because I think that the dad, he's dead, isn't he?
John Saxon?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. He may not be. I know. I may be making up something overheard something. Anyway, number 2, the Lady Gaga movie, A Star Is Born. Hang on, that's number 2.
Yeah.
So you know what number 3 is?
So that finally beat Venom.
It finally beat Venom, which is weird. It's like why beat Venom now? So I guess Lady Gaga fans have finally started going to the movie. I guess they're out of school or something. I don't know.
all the Venom fans went and saw Halloween.
Right, or that may be also. So I got to bring this up, Eli. Something being okay. So you gave Halloween a 4.5, right? Now I remember vividly that you gave Venom a 3.8. I'm putting you on record. So you're saying Halloween is a better movie than Venom?
Yeah, because of the gore. You know what I mean?
I got you.
You know
because one's PG-13, one's R.
Yeah,
if Halloween Venom was PG-13, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, Venom was a lot of fun, but it was just missing blood, you know. And Halloween was a lot of fun, and it had the blood.
Makes sense. Okay, we can go from that. We also have number 4, Goosebumps 2, Haunted Halloween. Number 5, First Man. Now, here's my thing. I'm talking about First Man for a second. Now, we're not millennials, but they're blaming, because this movie isn't doing the numbers they thought it was going to do, they're blaming it on millennials.
Oh, yeah?
They're saying millennials don't care about, I'm looking at this. Okay. As of right now, First Man has done 55 million worldwide.
Okay.
It's been out like, 3 weeks?
It's been out a while, yeah.
Yeah, so they're blaming it on millennials. And we didn't see the movie either, but they're saying because we don't care about, or they don't care about space travel, or it's not interesting, because when we were younger, Eli, this was a big deal, going to the moon for the first time. That's where Star Wars and all this stuff came from, because it was such a big deal, and it was big box office money in that, just going to space, But nowadays, it does seem like no one gives a shit about going to space.
Unless you got a talking raccoon on the ship with you.
That's true. But even NASA in general, they're saying they're trying to cut NASA's funding, and NASA might go out of space or something like that, out of money. Certain things like that. So, and hell,
we still got Space Force. We're getting some Space Force shit.
No, right? That's a smokescreen. That's just not going to happen. Trump made that bullshit up to distract us from the concentration camps he got going on, and the Russian mob, whatever. But yeah, so hell, half of these millennials don't even believe we went to the moon.
That's true. Yes, half of them still believe the world's flat.
Right. So.
Yeah, fuck it. There's no blame them too. Yeah, it's their fault. Fuck these dumbass.
I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to blame millennials. Because I looked at the numbers. I'm only like 5 or 6 years out of being a millennial anyway, so I'm not going to attack them,
But it looked interesting until people started saying it's really long and it's really slow.
Right.
So I was like,
And it's
okay.
Ryan Gosling. See, here's the thing about Ryan. Ryan Gosling to me is not a box office draw to me. Or you ever played I know you played a video game and you get the default character and it's just like the most blandest person you can ever see.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's Ryan Gosling. He's default white guy character.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe that's why he's popular. I don't know. What do we guess we got? Number 6, The Hate You Give, still on there. Number 7, Smallfoot. Number 8, Night School. Number 9, Bad Times at El Royale.
I almost saw that last night, but the night we didn't go. So.
Oh, okay. Well, you got to review for us next week when you go see it. And number 10, The Old Man and the Gun. What the?
Is that the Robert Redford movie, right?
Is it? I thought he retired.
No, it's like his last movie, and he's playing like a Bonnie and Clyde type of movie or something.
Wasn't his last movie his last movie?
I don't know. He's in this one.
I don't believe shit Robert Redford has to say anymore.
Yeah, about some fucking he's like some like bank robber or something. I don't know. He's like a smooth criminal or something.
I guess. Hey, it worked for him last time. Why not now? So, yeah. That being said, we can move on past that, and we can talk about. Let's just jump right into it. Let's just talk about Netflix.
Okay.
Netflix, it has all kind of crazy shit going on. And the funny thing, last week we were laughing and having a good time about Iron Fist, But now this week, now they're saying Luke Cage has been canceled also.
So our laughter has turned to tears.
Yeah. I feel like black people were laughing a little bit too hard when Iron Fist got canceled, And then Marvel had to humble us. Oh, you think it's funny? Snap. That Thanos snap is real. So half of the Defenders gone, half of the Defenders still there, perfectly balanced as all things should be. I'm glad we had to take some time away from from when it initially happened, because now I feel like we're on stage 2 of the part of grief. I feel like the internet was on stage 1 of grief, denial. Everybody kept saying, "Oh, they're going to the Disney. Don't worry about it. They're going to the Disney streaming thing. They're going to the Disney streaming thing." Deny. No. Sorry, I don't understand how people like. At first, it was like a rumor or speculation, or this may or may not happen. But then when Luke Cage happened, everybody took it as internet fact. Like this. Oh, don't worry about it. This is what's going to happen. No, it's not going to happen. These shows are dead. That's it. They're not picking them up. We talked about this last week, and there's even every single bit of information I've gotten, because I've been doing some real digging on this, that is confirming it. That Disney is not picking these shows up. Because for one thing, Disney didn't cancel these shows. Netflix canceled these shows. Whoever runs Netflix that's over these Marvel things, they said all of these shows are up to us to whether or not they get hired and canceled. Marvel has no say-so in these shows whatsoever. We do whatever we want to do. So Netflix did not cancel their shows so Marvel can make money. What sense does that make? No, they would like to make money too. But obviously, if they cancel it, and here's some more information I just got right before we started recording. Now, of course, the official reason why they're saying Luke Cage has been canceled is because they're saying creative differences. That's some old bullshit thing they've all getting. But what I'm hearing is some other differences also. One thing is that the showrunner, he turned in like his treatment or script for season 3. Netflix rejected it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's one thing. Number 2, they wanted to shorten. You know how Iron Fist was 10 episodes?
Okay, no, but okay.
Oh, that's right, you didn't see it. Anyway. They want to do Luke Cage the same way. They wanted to shorten Luke Cage to 10 episodes. And they felt that was a problem. Because here's the thing. The less episodes they make, the less Netflix has to pay you. And they felt that was an issue. They're like, no, we want 13 episodes. And that's why these shows are so long, so they can get paid. Marvel wants their money. The cast members want their money. The showrunner wants their money, but Netflix doesn't want to pay them. So it makes you wonder, Eli, why would they shorten the show to 10 shows if the show was popular? So what I'm thinking is that maybe the show wasn't as popular as we were led to believe.
Yeah, I mean, I think we were one of the few people that actually liked it.
We were. Once we started digging in, and I was like, okay, we seem to have an unpopular opinion on this.
Yeah. Well, I still hear a lot of shit about Luke Cage.
Oh, it's even coming out even more now. It almost felt like people were biting their tongue at first, and then when this news broke, then they start coming out to work. Oh, good, that show sucked anyway.
It's like they're afraid to shit on it because if the the people who shit on Black Panther got labeled racist.
Right.
So
I mean, but most of them had MAGA hats anywhere. So, but yeah, so the stuff starts coming out, and we're hearing all these rumors, stuff like that. Look, I lost my train of thought. I should have wrote stuff down. But anyway, we're hearing all this stuff. Marvel canceled the show. Luke Cage canceled the show, and like I said, with Luke Cage, I remember when we first did. Now we did the first season, not even on Comic Book. I think it was on like our old podcast we had.
Yeah, it was still on, I think, CBI or whatever.
CBI or something like that. So
were we even doing it? And we took that hiatus for a while. Did we even do it?
We did it because I remember the name of the episode, because I named the episode Netflix and Chill. No, I said, was it Netflix and Chill or Coffee and Chill? Something like that. Coffee and Chill, I think. Netflix and Coffee, what I called it. You know.
Are you sure that wasn't Defenders?
It was Defenders. Or something. I don't know. I think we did do Luke Cage, and I think it was a popular show at the time. But
yeah, because it broke the internet. Remember, like
it broke the internet, bandwidth, crashed it, everything like that. So, and like I said, because a good way, Netflix never releases their numbers. So we never know what kind of numbers these shows are bringing in, because Netflix doesn't tell anybody. They just keep the stuff to themselves. Now, we know Iron Fist had bad numbers. We know that. Mm-hmm. Luke Cage, on the other hand, now all we can do is just kind of like check the temperature on social media and just see what everybody's saying. Like, for instance, like we were saying, everybody's saying Luke Cage sucks and all this stuff now, when they weren't saying it before. But I feel like a good way to check the barometer of how popular something is, honestly, Eli, our show.
Oh, yeah?
That's a good way, yeah, because here's the thing. On our show, believe it or not, people listen to this show. I'm not saying we're Joe Rogan. I'm not saying it. But I'm saying that we have people that listen into the show, and you can tell. Like, for instance, 2 weeks ago when we did Venom was one of our biggest shows we had. You know, so, and I look at but last week, you know, I looked at the numbers then. Nobody gave a fuck about what we talked about last week. Hell, I don't even remember.
I don't remember.
I don't even remember either. But anyway, that nobody listened to that show, so that's no problem. But I checked the numbers on each week to see what show does what, and what episode does what. And like I said, we reviewed Luke Cage season 2. Yeah. That was not one of our popular shows.
Oh, really?
No one cared.
No shit.
So it made it had
like we were raving about it. Like
we loved the show.
Yeah.
We talked. Yeah. I think the entire episode we just was talking about Luke Cage. No one gave a fuck. So I realized that if this is not one of our like shows where they peak or they spike like Venom was. Well, here's the thing. When we talk about stuff people care about, people will tune in. When we talk about stuff no one cares about, they won't tune in. Obviously, Luke Cage was something nobody cared about. And I'm checking Twitter. No one really cared. I even talked to my coworkers. Yeah, I saw Luke Cage season 2. Oh, how was it? Oh, you didn't watch it? Nah. Like, did you see the first one? Oh, yeah, the first one was awesome. So why'd you watch the second one? I don't have time. I'm like, damn, I don't get it, you know. So obviously, Luke Cage 2, and like I said, we don't know officially, but it's kind of obvious to tell Luke Cage 2 didn't pull in the same numbers Luke Cage 1 pulled in. You know, it's not pulling in Daredevil numbers. Because I'm seeing a bunch of people, you know, watching Daredevil right now and, you know, posting Daredevil and stuff like that. So it's pulling in numbers. So Luke Cage didn't do that. And what I'm thinking and here's the thing. Marvel right now, if you have a Marvel license, obviously Marvel licenses are expensive. And Netflix has to pay Marvel so much. So I'm thinking that even if Luke Cage isn't doing crap numbers like Iron Fist was or Defenders was, because they came out and said Defenders did crap numbers. That's why it's not going to be a season 2, you know. So if Luke Cage is even pulling in mediocre numbers, you know, just average ass numbers, why would Netflix keep the show going if it's not doing its part to bring in more viewers?
Yeah,
you know, that's my whole thing. Now I'm gonna ask you a question that you may not know the answer to, because I don't know the answer off my head. I didn't do the research. When did season 1 of Daredevil premiere?
Season 1 of Daredevil, like was it? I want to say like the spring of 2015, maybe. Is that what it was?
Couldn't have been 2015.
It was a few years ago.
Let me look that up because I'm actually going to make a point.
Was it the fall? Did it come out in the fall? Or maybe was it 2014? Because I remember I didn't binge it. I spaced it out because I was really into it, and I stopped. I said, okay, I'm going to stop now because I don't want to watch these all right away.
Bam, 2015.
Was it right around then?
2015. Yep.
Okay.
I don't know the.
It took me a while. I like spaced it out. I would watch like 1 or 2 episodes at a time. I watched like 4 episodes, and I was like, okay, I don't want to like snort all this shit right now. I want to save it, make it last.
Right, but that was before we knew how Netflix binging worked.
Yeah.
And you wait your time, and then everybody supports the shit out of it.
Yeah.
But
it was the first of the season, yeah, and no one, yeah.
Right, and the point I'm trying to make is that Daredevil season 1 brought in a shitload of Netflix subscribers. I don't even know if I was a Netflix subscriber. I think I was a Netflix subscriber at the time, but I like barely watched Netflix at the time because Netflix now and Netflix back then are completely different.
Yeah.
A lot of people did start signing up just to watch Daredevil. But who's signing up to watch Iron Fist or Luke Cage that haven't already signed up?
Yeah.
Probably not. They're probably watching other stuff like Stranger Things and Black Mirror, things like that. They're probably signing up to watch those shows now. So if they're doing that, and they're probably doing even better numbers than what Luke Cage and Iron Fist doing, it makes you wonder why are they even keeping those shows around if they have these other shows.
Yeah.
Another show we can bring, Orange is the New Black, which is another reason why we need to stop with this Disney streaming myth, because they just canceled Orange is the New Black also, and that was a popular show. So obviously Netflix is trimming the fat. They may keep Daredevil going because Daredevil seem to be doing good numbers, but they may just focus on that. Jessica Jones, she's next. It's only a matter of time.
I would imagine.
Yeah, unless they just pretty much agree to everything Netflix said, and where Luke Cage gave him a hard time. Jessica Jones like, look, just don't cancel, just whatever. You want 5 shows, season 3, we'll do it. Just keep us on the air. So that's my thing there. And am I sad about it? Yeah, I am kind of sad about it because I didn't give a shit about Iron Fist. But yeah, I'm gonna be sad if one of the very few black superhero shows get canceled. I feel like it was a good show. I feel like it was doing something different that we haven't seen before. Remember, Luke Cage predates Black Panther as far as this live action, zeitgeist thing.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So
I blame Avengers.
What?
I think people,
I gotta hear this.
I think people are used to Marvel being wham bam spectacle and action all the time. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, and then you get Daredevil, which is essentially him fighting ninjas all the time.
Right.
And then Luke Cage tried to be a crime drama. It wasn't gonna be the blaxploitation, human tornado, P.D. Wheatstraw shit. Right. It was trying to be a serious, like The Wire. Like that's what we kept saying. It's like The Wire, And I think that threw people for a loop. They went into Luke Cage thinking he was going to be, the Black Hulk, smashing everything every episode.
Right.
And it was more character driven, And by season 2, I think they totally nailed that tone. That's why we loved season 2.
Right, because we took it for what it was.
Yeah, we knew it was a crime drama. We knew we weren't going to see like him, kicking ass every 5 minutes.
Right.
It was more like Miami Vice. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. It's like they took season 1, but they kind of polished it. But it was basically based off what they did with season 1. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's the nature of the show, and I think people are just expecting more action, more grand epic spectacle, and So hey, how I think coming out of Infinity War, you're gonna watch Luke Cage and be like impressed.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So yeah, that's my theory. But whatever. I mean, I'm bummed out.
You may have a point because another thing we could talk about, like one of the reasons Daredevil was so popular is because people were thinking that it was going to remember the MCU kept saying that everything is connected, everything is going to tie into each other. So they're thinking like this is 2015, right? Infinity War came out 2018, so people were thinking all these Infinity characters were going to be in Infinity War.
Yeah, and they thought, and another reason they loved Daredevil because it was more gritty and violent because people were shitting on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
That is true. Yep.
So you watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. where everything's all cheesy and like kind of fluffy, And then you watch Daredevil, like
And
holy
right,
shit.
Kingpin smashing the guy's head in a car door, you know.
Yeah, you know. Then you go to Jessica Jones, and there's tits and sex, and you're like, holy shit, this is more grittier, violent, you know, shit.
Right.
You know, and I think that's what held them off for a while. But then I think by the time, you know, they got to Luke Cage and Iron Fist, and like, okay, there's just not enough action to sustain the 13 episode arc, which has always been their biggest, you know, fault. You know,
right. Too many episodes.
Long, these long drawn out middle sections where nothing happens. So, but yeah, I mean, season 2 of Luke Cage, I felt I wanted more. I was like at the
right, because I think we were invested into the drama. That's why.
Yeah, it was more paced, but yeah, it didn't have a lot of action. It didn't, you know, it was more about tension and character, and but whatever, you know, that's just us. We're
Yeah, I mean, because like I said, season 1 didn't have a whole lot of action. Honestly, now I think about it, season 2 probably had even less action.
Yeah,
you know, but I don't know. But yeah, for all you people thinking that the streaming service is going to pick it up, they're not. Disney said they were going to take the movies, like the Disney movies, off Netflix. They never said anything about the shows. So Netflix still has those shows, and they keep those shows going as long as they want to. But yeah, like Black Panther and Doctor Strange and the Avengers or whatever, so that stuff's going off. The Disney movies are going off. Some more stuff they were taking off also. But anyway, that's what they're moving on. And then on top of that, they said the Disney streaming service won't have like R-rated or mature content on it to begin with, which is all these Netflix shows are.
Yeah, that's true.
So you can't even have that stuff on there. So yeah, that internet rumor that got started, let's just kill that shit. Yeah, it's time to move on to stage 3 of the grieving process. I'm pretty sure you guys are going to eventually get there by the end of this week. You'll finally have accepted it. We'll finally get to acceptance that these shows are dead, you know. And as far as that, now let's talk about the heroes for hire thing. Because that's another rumor that's popping up. They're saying, "Oh well, don't worry about it because Disney's going to come, Netflix is going to combine them here." Why would they take 2 shows that, you know, for the most part, everybody thought were mediocre, bad in my part, and then put them together? Now, yes, you could say the same thing in the comics. Iron Fist and Luke Cage struggled, you know, by themselves, but when you put them together, all of a sudden, then they found success. It's pretty much why they're as popular as they are now when they combine together. That's one thing, but honestly, I don't. And I know you said to Eli last week that the one episode where Iron Fist popped up with Luke Cage, it was the best episode, and it was. But I don't want an entire show with these guys. I don't want a show with Iron Fist on it at all. So even if it's just half of him, like, don't do it. You know. But I know there's a petition going out right now to trying to get the show started. I would love to see maybe a Daughters of the Dragon, you know, series. I'm pretty sure that's dead too. You know, maybe Colleen Wing and Misty Knight run around doing their thing. I think that would be popular.
Yeah, and I was like hoping for like Spirits of Vengeance or Midnight Suns shit.
Oh, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, now. Oh yeah, I know that now. But you know, when they were bringing Punisher and Defenders and all this shit, you know, I'm like, oh, well, New York, hey, Cypress Hill Cemetery, let's do this shit, you know?
Yeah. And the thing, and now that probably was killed by the streaming service thing. So yeah, Moon Knight and Ghost Rider, nah, forget that.
Yeah.
Not with Disney and Netflix going the kind of way they're going right now. So, yeah, can we move past that?
Sure.
I don't even know where to go next.
Are we going to talk about Daredevil, or do we want to
let's talk about Daredevil? I guess. I mean, it's really nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
Like I said, we just talked about it before we started recording. I've only seen 2 episodes.
Yeah. So have I. I only watched 2.
So we reviewed the first 2 episodes. Honestly, I was like, That's what I thought. I don't know. I know everybody else.
Yeah. By the end of the second episode, I was like, whoa, okay. Now I gotta. Yeah.
So you were into. I'm still not there yet. I'm still not into it. I'm like.
Especially the first episode. I was like, 'cause I watched the first one the other day, and I was like, eh. And then I was like, well, there it is. I'll give it another whirl. Put in episode 2, started watching, and by the end of the ending of episode, it was basically the ending of episode 2, where I was like, oh shit, okay, that's cool.
Okay, maybe I missed something. I don't know. But like I said, I'm gonna eventually finish and get around to it. But like I said, we're gonna be down the road for that. So. I don't know. So I
Yeah.
guess that's all.
That's what I'm saying. We could just wait till we eventually watch it all, and
Yeah,
then
I mean, we're not. This is not a review. This is kind of like a first impression thing. I know. Plenty. I know plenty of you have already finished this season, and I've seen a lot of people finish this said they love the season. You know, one of their favorite things. Funny thing is, like, the show came out Friday, right?
Yeah.
Okay, show came out Friday. My coworker, I talked to him Saturday morning at 8:00, and he's saying, "Yeah, I've already finished it." I'm like, wait,
Oh
what?
damn.
And you can look at his eyes. His eyes were bloodshot. And he even talked to the boss, like, "Can I go home now that Libra's here? We got coverage. I need to get some sleep." But like, yeah, you just go because you look like shit, you know. So yeah, I'm not that dedicated, you know. I'm sorry, Gomer. I know you want the comic book bullies to be that dedicated. I'm sorry, we're not gonna do it.
Yeah, I wasn't. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna. Because I thought you would watch some more than I would. I was like, well, and that was another thing. I was like, well, I'll watch another one just in case Leroy has seen like half the season by now. So I watched the second. That was.
You know what, Eli? Maybe 3 years ago, I might have been that dedicated. I probably would have seen the whole thing, but I'm like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, that's kind of how I was, you know. But like I said, by the end of the second episode, I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm into that, and I'm looking forward to the next episode, you know. So, but we'll see.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's hard. It's like I said, I'm watching horror flicks all month. So that's what.
Yeah, so that's our review of Daredevil. Meh until the ending of the second episode. Moving past that, let's talk about Spider-Man.
Okay.
Talk about Spider-Man now. There's a lot of Spider-Man going on right now, so I'm gonna be more specific. Spider-Man: Far From Home, which comes out in June 2019. So they reviewed. I mean, they revealed Spider-Man's new outfit. You know, so I guess it's Stark Tech 2.0. They've changed up a little bit, and basically instead of like the blue on the outside, it's the black on the outside. You know, everybody's freaking out, like, oh, how they gonna change it? How they gonna leave it like that? And then I started going back and looking at some of Steve Ditko's art, and I'm like, wait, he wanted it black. That's how it was supposed to originally be. You know, the bright blue shit came on like later on, like maybe like the 70s or 80s or something. You know, now some people are saying it's kind of similar to like Superior Spider-Man, you know, and maybe it is. You know, maybe I'm taking notes from Superior Spider-Man because those popular also. When I used to read Todd McFarlane comics, his like that part was black.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's my whole thing there. He revealed it. Like he also posted an Instagram tweet. I combined some bullshit. Damn, I'm old. Anyway, you know what I meant. Basically saying that they've wrapped. They've already wrapped Far From Home, which is weird because I thought they just started shooting.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, so the movie's done. That movie's done. Infinity War is done. They're gonna put some special effects in it later on. Pretty much every single picture they've had Zendaya, you know, on there. You know, playing. She's this world's MJ. You know, people still freaking out. Hey, that's not my MJ, not my Mary Jane. Yeah, let it go, man. It's done. Funny thing is about it, I do remember reading one of Dan Slott's review is that after, you know, that whole bullshit where, you know, Mary Jane and Peter's marriage got annulled, his next girlfriend after that was named Michelle.
Oh, okay.
Where she does kind of look like Zendaya, kind of. So I guess they're just combining those two characters into one, that's all. But yeah, he actually revealed it on Jimmy Kimmel. It was a nice little exchange they had on there, you know, where he actually did like a black backflip on stage and stuff like that. So, you know, pretty cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Wu-Tang was on Jimmy Kimmel the other night too. It was pretty cool.
Were on there. I saw the clip. I didn't get a chance to click it.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
Was it all the members?
It was all, well, yeah. And then, because they did Protect Your Neck.
Yeah.
And then when ODB's verse came on, ODB's verse came on and ODB Jr. came out. I went, holy shit. Like,
oh, wow.
I thought he was alive for a second.
The resurrection.
Yeah, I was like, because he comes out, first things first, man, you fuck with the word. I was like, holy shit.
Eli,
and then, because he had the same fucking hairdo and shit.
Eli,
I was like, oh, damn.
Yeah, as a friend, you have been watching too many horror movies. So yeah, as soon as this show is over, I'm gonna watch that clip. So because I saw it, I just didn't get a chance to click it. That's all. Let me say, can we move to the video game news?
Sure.
Video game news. You want to talk about it? There's some big shit going down. Big shit. For those you know, Red Dead Redemption is about to come out. Red Dead Redemption 2 is about to come out. They show the size of the map. It looks like it's about 3 times the size of Grand Theft Auto 5. So I don't know how the fuck you can get around there on a horse, but good luck with that. I do want to let you guys know that if you are planning to get Red Dead Redemption, you need to clear some space on your PlayStation or your Xbox or whatever you have. It's not on PC. I'm still pissed about that, but that's neither here nor there. Now, the news I'm about to give you, and I'll remember it. Okay. So, if you have an Xbox, you need to clear 100 gigabytes of space on your Xbox to play Red Dead Redemption. Otherwise, it will not boot up. So, you need 100 gigabytes of clear space. That's for the Xbox. For the PlayStation, you need 150 gigabytes of clean space in order to play Red Dead Redemption. Which is weird because the PlayStation only launched with 500 gigabytes. So basically, erase every single game you have on this to be on the safe side.
So, like the game, or just like your files, like all your trophies?
The game. Yes. In order to even play the game, in order to boot the game up, you need that much space in order to 100 gigabytes. The first game was like 8. Spider-Man is like 40. So okay. 150 gigabytes of space. Like, what the fuck? What are they doing with this game?
Yeah, that's another reason I haven't played Spider-Man yet. I mean, I got it. I haven't opened it yet because I put in Battlefront and it took like 3 hours to like update and all that shit. I'm like, damn.
Okay. So imagine 150 gigabytes. How long that would take to download?
Yeah, I'll be playing it next week.
Right. Some asshole will be on the scene. He's already beat it.
Yeah.
What other video game news? Oh yeah, Soul Calibur 6 has came out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Soul Calibur 6 came out. I've seen some pretty interesting stuff in it. It had this creative character mode, so you can pretty much make any character you want to. I've seen some cool stuff on there. One guy made Thanos on there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because one of the characters has this move where they do something. So anyway, he's made Thanos with
snaps his fingers.
He snaps his fingers. Yeah, like something where he'll like chop you up a whole bunch of times, and then when he snaps his finger, you like explode or something like that. So they made that guy Thanos. So he'll turn around with the Infinity Gauntlet, snap his fingers, then you die. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. But of course, with the internet, everything always fucks up something. So apparently, with the creative character mode, people have been putting giant dicks on their characters.
Well, why the fuck not? I mean, why? What else is the internet for?
Right. So they're fighting you with these large dicks that just slapping you with the whole time.
Oh, fuck yeah. I'm getting this game now. That's like my dream.
Right. Fatality.
Yeah. Just slap the shit out of you with my dick.
That'd be too embarrassing. That doesn't make me just quit the game. I'm just deleting this game off my file. I mean, if somebody kills me with a dick, Like, no. Okay. So that's all I got. Can we move to the comic book section?
Sure.
Cool, because I think we got a lot to cover.
Do we? I barely read anything, but okay.
Okay. I think I'll go first. Ooh, let me see. What do I have first to read? That. Okay, I'm going to go first. I'm going to review Shuri #1.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like I said, this is a tie-in to like the Black, because everybody knows who Shuri is. So I'm not going to go into detail about that. If you need to find out, go wiki it or text me later and I'll tell you who she is. But you've seen the movies. She's the smartest woman in the world. So with this book, I'll have to go to it. So, storyline. Base what's going on. Remember in the Black Panther book, Black Panther's in outer space, right? Mm. Okay, so Shuri, of course, built the spaceship so he can go in outer space. And Black Panther didn't go in outer space by himself. He also went into space with her boyfriend. Yes, Shuri has a boyfriend. Yeah, her boyfriend. Remember the dreadhead guy, Manifold, the teleporter?
Okay.
The mutant guy? Okay. They were scared to call him a mutant like the last 2 years, but now they're just, yeah, he's a mutant. Okay, so I guess they bought the rights back. They can say that shit now. So Black Panther and Manifold go into space. They say they're just going into space just for a little while to check out some stuff. They're just doing like a stress test to see about Wakanda's space program before they launch it, and he wants to be the first one to do it, so they go. So they're going out of space, and Shuri's like, okay, cool. 2 weeks later, they have heard absolutely no word back from Black Panther or Manifold, and everybody's like, but they've been hiding it from like the Wakandan public or the public in general. So nobody knows that Black Panther hasn't made it back yet. They don't know that they have no king, While Shuri's doing that, but she's freaking out because she knows, So we see basically most of the book is just Shuri like building stuff, to pass the time. it turns out she still has her god powers from when he came back from the dead when the Black Order killed her in the Black Panther comics. So she can still like turn to birds and fly and shit, you know. But now she's this tech genius also. And basically at the end of the book, Queen Mother has this meeting with all the women in Wakanda, and they say, "Are we all?" And she calls Shuri there also and say, "Are we all in agreement that since T'Challa's been gone for 2 weeks and you know we need to figure out something to do?" Like, yeah, okay, Shuri, you new Black Panther. Congrats. And they hand her a helmet, and that's it. That's pretty much what happened.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and she chats with some guy online, which I'm pretty sure is going to be a thing later on, but pretty simple. Basically, what I feel like this book is doing, they're trying to bridge comic book Shuri with movie Shuri. Because those are, as of right now, those are two completely different characters. Shuri does not behave like that at all in the comics, but they got a little bit different where she's the science nerd, where she was never that in the comics at first. But at the same time, like I said, they've reinvented Shuri in these comics so much because I feel like they're always trying to figure out who Shuri is, you know, to make her gravitate. Like I said, she's been the Black Panther. She's been T'Challa's little sister. She's been like this. They've even had in the comics where she's kind of like a Kardashian. You know, where, you know, she just goes to party and she just parties like super hard and stuff like that. And then, you know, T'Challa like, you shouldn't do that, you know, trying to be all, you know, mean big brother and stuff like that. But now they're at this stage where, and then, you know, they had her where she had like rock powers and she can fly and she's like a zombie god or something. But now they're trying to, you know, bridge her into the tech genius thing. So I think the longer the book goes on, if the book lasts, I'm gonna give it 6 weeks. 6 issues, but but as long as the book lasts, I think they're gonna try to distance her away from the god zombie whatever she was into the science nerd she is in the movie. You know, they're doing a transitional period, I think. So overall, I give the book a 3.5 out of 5. Not a whole lot happened. It felt like it was just biding its time until it got to the end where they're gonna make her Black Panther again when she was basically a shitty Black Panther when she was Black Panther. Wakanda has stood for 10,000 years, never been conquered. In that 10-year run, in real time, when she was the Black Panther, Wakanda was invaded and conquered 3 times. So, I guess, I don't know, whatever. They even feel like this shit never happened. So, yeah, whatever. Yeah, that's all I got.
Oh, okay. What should I go with? I guess I'll go with Gideon Falls. Volume 1.
Okay.
Yeah, the first trade came out, and got to check it out here. Now, I've heard a lot about this book. People are ranting and raving about how great this book is. So I figured, you know, I'll wait for the trade to come out and give it a whirl, and I did. Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino. They did the Old Man Logan book, which I read for a very long time. So
okay,
yeah. So like I said, this book has been getting a lot of positive reviews. Everyone's, you know, Mark Millar says it's his book of the year or whatever, all that shit. Basically, a supernatural ghost story, and it's basically about this mysterious town called Gideon Falls, where this like phantom haunted barn like appears and disappears, and whenever it appears, strange things are afoot. You know what I'm saying? Spooky, mysterious murders and whatnot starts happening. The story focuses, it's got like these 2 characters that the story focuses on. One is a priest who comes to this town and he starts witnessing all the madness and mayhem surrounding this like haunted barn that just disappears and appears and shit like that. And then the other character is this like mental patient who's going around sifting through the garbage and the city trash, finding little pieces of wood and lumber and nails that he thinks are basically pieces of the Black Barn, and he's trying to rebuild it, so to speak. So these 2 characters, you know, they're obviously connected through this Black Barn thing. The art is really cool. It gets a little abstract at times. I do like the layouts and how the panels are laid out like that. And it is very well written, you know, builds the mystery. You know, Jeff Lemire, he's got a lot on his plate these days. But I give it a 3 out of 5, basically because I just thought it was okay. See, and that's just a taste thing. I'm not a fan of like supernatural ghost stories and shit. That's just not my thing. I've said this on Geek Savs a whole lot. I'm just not a fan of ghost stories. I just think there's a lot of atmosphere and building up, the mystery and shit like that with very little payoff. And I feel like this first story arc kind of did just that. Like it builds up these great ideas and this great mystery, and it keeps you hooked. And you're like wondering, okay, I want to see what happens. And then when something finally does happen, it's like, is that it? Oh, okay. But otherwise than that, it's very well put together. Like I said, the art's cool. The writing is very cool. It's very well paced. It's very, it builds this strong, tense mystery. It's just, in the end, it's just this weird haunted barn that disappears and reappears. And I can tell this is going to be an ongoing series, so it's got a lot more shit to tell that I don't know if I'm going to stay around for. Who knows? But yeah, I give it a 3 out of 5. I'm sorry to piss on everyone's oatmeal about this book, but to me, it's just a taste thing. I'm just not a ghost story kind of guy, so that's what it comes down to.
Leave it to the comic books to piss off everybody.
Yeah. If you're a fan of, The Conjuring and all that shit, yeah, you'll love this shit. Fucking Paranormal Activity and, fucking Blair Witch bullshit like that. All the shit that I hate, Insidious, all that crap. If you like that, you'll probably like this. Me, I'm not a fan, so that's why I gave it the score. It's more of a personal thing. But like I said, it's very well written. It looks great. It's just, not my kind of story, not my thing. So, you know what I'm saying?
Well, sorry, people.
Yeah. So there you go.
Okay. So yeah, what I got next, I got Justice League number 10. And this is very interesting because this book is Justice League 10 is actually like an Aquaman-centric book.
Yeah.
Yeah, matter of fact, the way they even have it, it's like you see the entire team of the Justice League. Everybody's in black and white except for Aquaman on the cover. So, you get an Aquaman book. So, basically, to give you a little setup about what happened, in one of the earlier books, like in the Legion of Doom, Cheetah got the power to kill gods. So, she killed Poseidon. Like, he's dead, out of the picture, gone. But now that Poseidon is dead, that actually gets like there's side effects to having Poseidon, the king of the seas, dead, or the god of the seas, dead. And basically, you have in the Arctic, you have Aquaman, Wonder Woman, and Firestorm. They're basically looking on a way to how to resurrect him. They're looking for the key to the graveyard of the gods, because the gods go to a very specific afterlife. They don't go to the afterlife everybody else goes to. They go somewhere else. So they got to figure out how to bring back Poseidon. And the funny thing is, Wonder Woman knows way more about this stuff than Aquaman does. Like, she knows way more about Poseidon than Aquaman. Mainly because, if you think about it, Poseidon is her uncle, So they find the graveyard to the gods in the Arctic. They find the ship that was commanded by this old Atlantis hero named Arion. And once they find the key, all of a sudden this Kraken pops out of nowhere. This Kraken from space. This space Kraken. And Aquaman's like, I got this. It's a Kraken. I control Krakens all day long. It's nothing. But his talking to fish powers don't work on the Kraken. So the Kraken just kicks the shit out of everybody. And Aquaman's like, how the fuck when does that ever happen? I can't control one of you things, you sea monsters. So the Kraken grabs Aquaman and eats him, swallows him. Aquaman is passed out, wakes up, and he's in front of like these 3 other like people. And they're basically saying, we're the sea gods. It's like 3 of them. It's like sea gods. They got a captain, they got a commander, and they have an admiral, like Navy terms, stuff like that. And they're saying, we're the sea gods of other galaxies. Poseidon was one of us, but he was just the sea god of your galaxy, But now that he's dead, well, that changes things. And Aquaman is like, okay, well, the sea gods, well, I've heard about you guys before. We can actually talk and actually see about what we're going to, figure some things out. And then they start kicking the shit out of Aquaman. They got him chained. He can't get loose. He's at like the bottom of some alien planet, ocean, or something like that. Now we're gonna kick shit out of you because actually, when Poseidon was still alive, he stopped us from invading Earth. But now that he's dead, we can invade Earth. We just kill everybody because we've been trying to do that shit for like 1,000,000 years anyway. So release the flood, and apparently the flood is this alien army they have that is about to blanket the Earth. Batman is in the Hall of Justice. He looks up. He sees the entire Earth blanketed by these alien spaceships. Like, everybody, all hands on deck. We need Justice League to figure out exactly what's going on. The flood, and then the sea gods flood the East Coast, drown everything, and then the people that are still again, all of it drowned, the entire East Coast. That's in an Aquaman story. That's what happened, you know. And then apparently the people that are still alive on the East Coast turn into sea zombies or something. Really weird.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Like that.
The Curse of the Black Pearl.
Right. Some weird shit like that. So all the Justice League members that can fly, you know, like Aquaman and Superman and whatever else, they fly around and they look up and they see the eastern coast is flooded, but it's only a matter of time before the entire Earth is flooded. And that's how the book ends. So I didn't say the name of the book, but I should have said the name of the book. The name of the book, the name of the chapter I meant to say is Ground Earth Prelude.
Oh, it's the prelude. Okay.
It's prelude. So Ground Earth is the next big crossover event. It's an Aquaman-centric crossover event, but it's crossing over with all the other books like Teen Titans.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. That's just a prelude then?
Yeah. It's actually going to be a bunch. It's actually going to be a few of them before they actually get to
Yeah, because I got the new Aquaman, but it's like part 2.
Right. It's part 2 of this story. Because at the end of the book, they said, go read Aquaman 2 to find out what happened. You know.
Yeah. Okay.
So that main book will be written by Scott Snyder also. Drowned Earth. I haven't looked exactly when it's coming, but it's like a whole list of books you need to read. Out, you know.
It's like Titans, Teen Titans.
Yeah.
Fucking
Which makes sense. I mean, you got an Aquaman movie coming out. You want an Aquaman tie-in? Make an Aquaman eccentric crossover.
Yeah, with DC Universe, you got Titans. You might as well fucking promote everything right now.
Yeah, be smart about it, you know. So I honestly I had no idea any of that stuff was happening. I was just reading the book and I was like, okay, this seems bigger than what a normal Justice League book seems to be, you know. Yeah.
That's some smart marketing to me, you know what I'm saying? You know, especially you're gonna go see a movie and people who have never read an Aquaman. Oh, I like this Aquaman.
I don't read Aquaman. I'm reading this shit like, okay, I'm reading an Aquaman book? Really?
Yeah. And then you go read an Aquaman book and it's Aquaman from the movie and shit. Instead of like you go watch an Avengers movie and like, I want to go read a third comic and wait, she's a girl? Right. And then Marvel wonders why they don't sell shit.
Right. So overall I give the book a 4 out of 5. Pretty cool story. Wasn't expecting an Aquaman book. I'm really curious to see where it goes next, even though the East Coast gets flooded again. But it's not by Atlantis this time. It's by some evil space gods. So
okay, well there you go. Well, they need a break. Atlantis has been going through a lot of shit lately.
Right. So. Let somebody else blow up the Earth. You know.
Yeah.
That's all I got. Yeah.
All right. Predator. I got Predator 2, number 3. Yeah, Predator Hunters 2, sorry. This is the sequel to Predator Hunters, which came out last year. This is the Predator Hunters 2, issue number 3. So just a clarification. Now, this is the team of predator hunters that go around the world hunting predators. You know, obviously. The name says it all. Right now, they're in Afghanistan, hunting a predator that has been killing like jihadists, and the local villagers believe that it is a jinn, or jinn or whatever, genie or whatever, sent from God. There's a young boy from the village who has actually seen the predator, and he agrees to help the team find it. So that picks up where this issue is, and they're on their way to the mountains. And then they see like a bunch of Black Ops soldiers. The government has sent a bunch of like Black Ops soldiers to retrieve predator technology. And so that's what it is. They're on their way to find the predator, and they see a squad of helicopters flying over them. Like, damn, they're gonna get to the predator first. So, and they do. The Black Ops soldiers get there, and they get ambushed by the predator. And that's basically what this issue is. It's just action. The predators get fucking killed by the soldiers get killed by the predator, in very gory ways. So. And the team of predator hunters, they find a lair. While the soldiers are getting killed, the predator hunters find the lair. They basically prepare for battle, which will probably be the next issue. So, pretty simple action issue. A lot of fun, gory, violence, everything you want from a predator story. 4 out of 5. Booyah.
Cool. Pretty cool story. Okay. My last book I have is how much impression it made on me. Nightwing 51.
Okay, yeah.
Now, the reason I decided to read this book, honestly, Eli, because of your last review you gave on the last Batman book we did.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
That's right.
when
Yeah.
you told me Nightwing got shot in the head, I'm like, oh shit, did they kill him? Well, no, they didn't kill him. He's still around. He still got a book, so
I heard he's fine now.
yeah, he's fine now. Basically, this book is 4 months after whatever happened in the issue.
Hmm.
And so basically where the book picks up is that this cop goes down to see the underground bunker, and he sees it's on fire. He goes down and he finds all the Nightwing stuff, like all his weapons, that bike, every single costume Nightwing's ever had in the comics is down there. You know, even with the butterfly collars from the 80s, that's down there. You know, he sees it, and so he goes up top and next to the fire chief, and the fire chief, you know, asks him, what'd you see down there? You seen any dead bodies, anything like that? He like, I didn't see anything. Nothing was down there. It was just a bunch of burned stuff. You don't have to worry about it. Just leave. I'm like, okay. So the cop doesn't tell anybody what he saw. You know, cut to what we have going on, and we cut to a bar. I can't remember the name of the bar, and we see Rick Grayson. So apparently, Dick Grayson has amnesia now, doesn't remember who he was before. Now he goes by Rick Grayson. He shaved his head down, and the scar, you can actually still see the bullet scar in his head. You know, but he doesn't remember who Nightwing is anymore. He doesn't remember his fighting skills. He doesn't even remember his life. He doesn't even remember Alfred, who's in the bar with him, trying to have a conversation with him. Alfred's not trying to bring him back, trying to take him with him. He just asks him, "Are you doing okay? I'm just here to just check on you," stuff like that. Rick is trying to pay his tab. He didn't have enough money for it. Alfred pays the tab and walks out. He just said, "You have a nice life." You're like, "Yeah, I'm done with whatever superhero stuff you have. I'm done with it. I'm just regular ass Rick Grayson." So Rick Grayson is a cabbie in Bloodhaven. Obviously, he doesn't know Uber is a thing. I don't know. So anyway, they just show him like half the book, just picking up people, taking people back and forth, going to the club, and then after on a Friday night or whatever, after 3:00, the club's dead, so he has nothing to do. So he's just walking around, just thinking to himself. Well, of course, when he thinks to himself in Bloodhaven at 3:00 in the morning, what happens. So a guy holds him up at gunpoint, tries to rob him, and Rick just tells him, "Look, I don't have the money on me. The money is in the car. Take the car, take the money. Just leave me alone. I don't want any problems right now." And then, you're funny? You think you're a funny guy? You coming with me? So he tries to kidnap, Grayson for no reason. So he puts the gun to his head, puts it like right into his head. Get in the car. You're driving. We're getting the money. We're gonna go, because he tries to kidnap him. So when he does that, like, it triggers something in Rick. He starts getting flashback of his Nightwing days, and then when he comes back, that guy's on the ground in a pool of blood, beat the fuck up. And Rick has the gun in his hand. You're like, with the clip undone, and he doesn't even know how he did it. You're like, oh shit, what did I just do? So he gets in the car and rides off, because he does. Obviously, his Nightwing training kicked in at that time, and he don't even know what happened. So cut back to that cop I was telling you about earlier today. He comes back to that bunker that Nightwing burned down. He takes the costume, takes the bike, takes the weapons, but put a holster on it. And then you see him standing in the mirror in the Nightwing outfit with 2 guns in his hand. He like, the city needs a Nightwing. And that's how the book ends. So, pretty cool story. It seemed like they're taking a different direction. They always doing a different direction with Grayson. I don't know what the thing is. Remember, he was a spy?
Yeah.
Yeah, and now they're doing another thing where he has amnesia, and he looks exactly like that dude from Grand Theft Auto 3. So, I don't know. That's the direction they're going with it. They got, the cop is Hispanic, so now we have a Hispanic Nightwing, so cool, I guess, with guns.
Okay.
So I guess that's a cool thing. Overall, I give the book 3.5 out of 5. I may keep up with this story. The thing is with Nightwing, whenever they do these bullshit, story turns, he always go back to normal anyway. So if they keep the story going for a while and it takes an extra turn, maybe. But if it's some shit they do for like three months and he's back to what he was doing before, who cares? So, yeah, all I got.
Yeah, that's all I got. Yeah.
Oh, shit, we're done?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, okay.
I want to talk about it. I mean, yeah, all I really want to talk about. So.
Okay, I had a whole list of stuff that I kind of just didn't even talk about. We'll talk about this shit later on when it's important. That being said, if you listen this long, definitely like, share, and subscribe. We have our sister podcast, Geek Sass, which I know you guys are going to break down Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, spoil the shit out of Halloween on your episode because I'm going to listen to it. And I feel like that will be my movie experience. We also have Comic Cast. They have Shuri on the front cover. So I'm interested in seeing what they say about Shuri versus what I said about Shuri. We also have the Geeks and Comics. We have Hoodoo TV, Talking Wall, whatever. Boogie, I'm sorry, but they got their ass stomped by Alabama this weekend. I don't even watch football. I just saw that like, oh my goodness. Somebody throw a towel. What else we got? I think that's all the podcast. Oh, this Instruments in Destruction. I don't know how long they're gonna keep going because I don't know how long the Transformers comics is gonna keep going. But yeah. That being said, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
And we'll talk to you guys next week. Same bully time, same bully channel. Cool. Start the bad boy.